Hello, and welcome to Dice Chasers. Previously on Dice Chasers, we picked up where we left off the episode before that because that's how time and episodes work, and Jin was stuck in a spider's web. Thankfully, Elio spoke to the spiders and convinced them to let Jin go, and in exchange, we would bring them some cultists. I was planning on changing the color between each shot, but I think I filmed too many with red now, so it's just staying red now other than that first green one. Then we once again had a discussion about the moralities of killing people and when it's good, when it's not, if it's good, if it's not, yada yada yada. And while we were looking for the cultists and did not find them, we found something else instead, a bulette's nest, where 3 bulettes attacked us, and absolutely nothing disarming happened to Yalreth at all. She's fine. And before anyone else could get hurt, such as, hypothetically losing an arm or something, Jin sent out one of his ivory goats, and all of the bulettes failed their saving throws and were scared of the goat and dug away from us. And then we went and took shelter in Venom Fang's tower for the night. And I forgot to say that we also managed to get directions to Cragmaw Castle from the druid because we had successfully gotten rid of Venom Fang and completed the job that he asked us to. Everything else with the cultists were just us being extra and dramatic and bloodthirsty murder hobos. So, how will Yalreth handle the bulette's underhanded tactics? Will we continue to chase after the cultists, or will we follow the map to Cragmaw Castle? And will the spiders actually get to eat the cultists that we promised them? Find out on this episode of Dice Chasers.
Can you hear adventure calling? Do you hear it beckon? Choose your fate, the dice are falling. Chase your destiny. Traveling with your companions, forming your own story. Facing dungeons, fighting dragons, live your legacy. Searching for a greater purpose, carrying the burden of a pain-filled history, healing through the comfort of companions, chasing after freedom, waiting patiently. We can hear adventure calling, we will answer bravely. Toss the dice, we'll face our fate, we'll chase our destiny.
All right, folks, so what do you want to do?
Yalreth is sulking big time.
Well, with Yalreth that's sulking and ruminating that one hand is gone, so Brack will enter into power-up mode, so once again you hear the bargain discount Mac noises happening. The lenses will flash up to the, optic awareness, and you will see the multi-hued one that has, the red one that's installed in him. He will take a look, analysis of the group present, and he will move towards Yalreth in question, and he will look down at you with, once again, no expression upon his facial construction. How are you faring, Yalreth?
Looks to her stump and then back up to Sabrak. Back to her stump, up to Sabrak. I'm a lot. I'm alive. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm alive.
Yes. I also also assessing you as well. You are dealing with quite a bit of traumatic stress, hence why I am trying to assess your well-being at this moment.
Yeah, and right now
Lost-
you're getting feed outs from your lens about the substantial physical trauma, and also worrying about emotional trauma that she will need to seek counseling for.
Holy
Like all in this readout like.
Oh my god, he's gone full medic.
Yeah.
Just imagine Zabrak entering full Betamax mode. Do you require a hug?
If there was some sort of, paper feed out from him, he would just tear it off. It's like, well, this is quite concerning.
So as you're talking to Yalreth, you'll see she's got her stump outstretched, and it's almost like she's trying to move the fingers that aren't there. She's still trying to, she's still trying to wrap her head around her arm not being there anymore. She's very quiet, very subdued. There's none of the usual fire or anger that normally comes with something. You need to stop, man. I can see you. There's none of the usual anger or fire that comes when something is. When adversity comes up for Yalreth, she's really quite muted and very fixated on her stomach.
Mhm.
I don't know how I'm going to cast spells anymore. Kind of normally used to.
Well, using one hand isn't unheard of, but I've seen people lose limbs before, and it's not like there's no means to possibly replace it, or even in greater circumstances, have it grow back. But that would take quite an intense spell. We'd have to go to a very large town with some kind of like higher clerics or whatnot. But it's not. It doesn't have to be forever. We can certainly find a means for you to feel whole again.
Well, I doubt we're going to find anything in Phandelver.
No, definitely not in Whole Bumpkin. Mm-mm.
And Yalreth takes a big, deep breath and lets it out in a sigh, and she's... So I have to live with this for now, okay.
Just for a little, but we can certainly make it something of a priority, because obviously it affects you, and, well, we care about you, so... Liam would be a good person to ask. Perhaps he could direct us.
But also assess that with the repository that is underneath the school. I am certain there would be tomes of knowledge.
Exactly.
I was considering the possibility of offering, if I was able to convert my time into learning about prosthetics, or maybe perhaps the method of creating an artificial limb for you, Yalreth. That would serve the purposes of at least mobility. It may not be as a functional arm, but at least it would provide some temporary measure for you as well. I was also considering with the spell of forge of spells that we were considering during our travels and what was left in the note. Perhaps that prosthetic we could imbue with some sort of magical powers afterwards, should we be able to locate it.
Sam may also have information for all we know, as much as he's an interesting being. He's still an AI, a mechanical something, so...
And he built himself an entire body already, so we know he knows
exactly.
how to make a prosthetic.
So,
it's just the connecting here to here that might need some help.
We have options here, definitely. Be it physical make or magical means that we need to seek, one way or the other.
Affirmative.
Oh, do you think Mother would know a way?
I mean,
she knows a lot about magic. I never talked to her about that kind of stuff, but she does know a lot of stuff.
Mother's your deity?
Patron.
Yes.
Patron, thank you.
She's not a god.
Ah.
She's just...
She's Mother.
She finds the wayward fey souls I accidentally fell in. And, because... Her words were, 'cause I'm young and untainted by the. And she's clicking her other fingers, like already she's kind of wired into using the other hand without even realizing it. It's just coming naturally to her. She says, I'm untainted by the crimes of man.
Hmm.
That's what she said, so she helped me, but she couldn't let me stay there because it broke the rule.
Stay where?
Her realm of the Fae.
Oh, got it. Oh. Fae. So she's a Fae patron?
Yeah.
Oh. Would Elio have any knowledge of Mother, I guess, is the question.
Roll me a history.
The first
Ooh.
roll.
What is it?
Dun dun dun.
Don't forget to call your rolls.
I was.
I'm just friendly reminder.
There's the first raspberry at the session, folks.
History. 21.
You know pretty much all of the greater Fae powers. Mother does not ping on your radar.
I can't say I've heard of her during my time in the Feywild, but I mean, I did leave, I suppose, at a age, so perhaps it's just one outside my realm of knowledge. It's interesting.
I think she'd like you.
Oh,
You're mischievous.
Someone.
I'm a
has to.
Fae. That's what we do.
Not necessarily. I still have a bit of trouble with it.
I'm
No, you
trying
don't.
to teach this one.
No, you don't.
Yalreth reaches out and pats her on the shoulder.
Wait, and like when and Sonia's doing like a tap on your shoulder, like Elio thinks I'm mischievous.
Yay!
It's subtle. It's a subtle thing, but you certainly can be in your own adorable way.
You guys could actually like the little tail sticking out from the hole in her skirts, like.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things. Yara's actually like smiling at this little interactions. It's like,
If the rat could smile, he would. But at this point, he will just say an assessment. It seems as though the emotional stability of our group is improving with this. That is very good indeed.
So we just have to get rid of Yalreth's other arm, and this is going to be a party.
I do
Don't
not
hit me!
think that would be a
Don't
wise
hit me!
idea.
And he like leans away from Yalreth.
Yareth just kind of grumbles.
I'm
What?
kidding. I'm
And
kidding.
then she like tucks her other arm to her chest and covers it with her stump as best she can. She's like, no, mine. No. But there's no malice. She does know Elio's kidding. Like she's not angry. Like none of her melancholy is being directed outwardly. It's like no one's fucking fault I got my arm bitten off. Like it's the most rational any of you have seen Yalreth in a long since you've known her. Like she's not sat there like questioning why or what or like bemoaning her fate. She's just like, okay, we have a plan. I'm
So
Mm-hmm.
just gonna
Drac
put
will
up with
remember this.
it, right? She's just like, okay, we have a plan. I can work with the plan. That's fine. We finish the mission. We go back to Phandelver. Yeah.
Well, you guys did get the map. You know where Cragmaw Castle is.
Affirmative.
So you're aware of where you need to go next. Yeah.
Sonia will go. Speaking of the Loxodon in the room, are are we gonna? I know we're on a time limit for the Cragmaw Castle thing, considering any moment the guy we're looking for could maybe be moved. But are we gonna deal with this situation first, or?
I'm stable. If this were any other thing and we could put this off, I would say get this sorted. It's an impediment, sure, but with this being so time sensitive, I can't, in good conscience, put my single need above something so important.
I mean, I can certainly try and teach you what I know about single-handed casting as we go.
It's gonna have to be a crash course.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's it. I don't have experience, but I'll do my best. Second hand here, so I didn't
What
know.
up,
Sorry.
jokes?
I didn't. That was not supposed to be a joke.
Yalreth just looks at Elio with like that dead-eyed stare of just like.
I'm so sorry.
But then and then the corners of her more kind of like twitch up as like Yalreth knows Elio's not being a dick. She's got to know Elio well enough now to know when it's a simple mistake versus him being an actual dick.
Yeah. Point being is I've been around people who do it, and I can certainly try and
I would
help you
appreciate that definitely
as we go along. So, are we just also saying like the cultists?
I mean, at this point, they probably will just leave by themselves.
I mean, I didn't see any trace of them when I was looking around, so it's like if they're somewhere, they're gonna be fun to find. So it's like.
Sonia leans kind of towards the door. Jin, did you blow off enough steam already?
Just in the background.
Head pokes out. Did you, like, fight enough things? Are we good to go, or do you need to kill some cultists?
On top of the goat, he has a lance, longsword. Just kind of.
It's indifferent. Also today? Maybe. If I feel like it.
Cultist flambe.
Well, I guess if we head back, maybe we'll run into them on the way. My guess is they're probably going to head back to a big city, and we need to kind of head towards Neverwinter, so who knows? Maybe we'll end up passing them and then just slicey-dicey.
Yeah, who knows? Get lucky.
So,
for
the
one.
object of their veneration has left the premises. I would assume that the hypothesis that they have left the area would soon be proven true.
Yeah.
Spiders aren't gonna follow us because we didn't bring them food, right?
No, there's
Spiders.
There's plenty that could stumble into their house.
Spiders hold a grudge like, you kept us away from our meal. Now it's time to pay.
I mean, if anything, we kind of saved their lives, because if we hadn't done that, we would have just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The spiders become the nemesis now, and they will forever track you down.
I need you to not.
They're our villain.
No, I need you to not combining those two things, sir. I need to sleep at some point. Holy shit.
I'm the big bad villain.
Yeah, the BBEG. Hey, well, I mean, you did find that note where the black spider.
Oh.
Oh shit.
The true mastermind has been revealed.
He fucked up.
Oh no!
Alright, well then let's...
No nemesis spiders, Barry. This is out of character mercy, pleading with no nemesis spiders, please.
I'll run it like Shadow of Mordor, right? They keep coming back with like damage and stuff, and they've learned your tricks.
You're a fucking monster, and I hate you.
We'll make it fine. We'll just like take a picture of like Lucas the spider and make him the icon, and then it will be fine.
Okay, that's fucking adorable,
Right?
and that
then
will help.
You won't even know.
I'm gonna kill you, woo woo.
Every time he comes back, we just put a different hat on him. One time it's a pirate hat, and the other time's like a Navy commander.
Okay, that I could live with. Yeah.
Is it
There's always a way around.
I'm just
is
gonna.
it Friday the 13th, where it's like, it says with a.
Yes.
I am here for
spiders are near.
weapons.
Feel me.
Okay, I take back my earlier pleading. Fuck it, that's gold. That's
Keep in
fucking
mind,
gold.
if Lucas the Spider is our enemy, it means you have to kill Lucas the Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Can't we just like befriend them? Like, can we like multi-class as a bard or something? And do that?
Seduce him.
Exactly. See, problem solved.
He's a baby!
Seduce him with friendship.
There are
So
some
now-
things even I don't want to lose. Eyes too cute.
All right. So,
So we killed
what
the
are you
DM.
guys gonna do?
Mood.
After we break
Go
Dungeon
into
Master
rest.
yet again.
I think we're gonna rest and then go to Cragmar Castle?
Yeah.
We
Well, it's
did-
the next day.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
we
it
did.
is.
We-
Okay.
We spent the
I
night.
mean, adjust character sheets then. I didn't know if we
Yeah.
did or
Okay.
not.
Barry, I will need you to remove the goat, as that is long since gone. And seeing as we have rested tonight, do we get a long rest in, sir?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay!
Did you, as you were killing stuff?
I was not killing stuff.
It was
Oh.
basically
All
monitoring.
night.
He was just outside.
I
Okay.
was in my
He likes to
element.
sleep in the great outdoors.
He was sleeping on
In
top
the
of the goat,
nude.
and then all of a sudden the goat disappeared, and it was dum.
Yeah, you guys just went, meh.
Smush.
But yeah, Yalreth will gather up her things. She's moving a little slower, but she like there's no complaint, there's no outward show of pain or anything like that. She's just getting on with things. Even if she does drop shit and stuff, there's still no like. She just carries on as best she can.
Well,
Alrighty.
off we go.
I also looked at all my spells, and they all have vocal component.
You're
You're
good to
fine.
go.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So
You're about to
I
discover things about yourself.
I
I think it would
Alright.
just be semantic ones, right? That would be the.
So
Yeah.
somatic, yeah.
yeah.
Somatic are the
Somatic,
ones
that's
that you'll have to adjust your spellcasting
Well-
for.
If there's both vocal and somatic, does that mean I have to cast them with both?
Yes.
Oh.
So if you're missing one, you cannot cast it.
But I mean, it's something that you can do with one hand. It's
Yeah.
not like this is gonna be.
Elio teaching Yalreth
It's
is like
not-
a flavor
It's not
text at this
ninjutsu.
point.
It's not fucking jutsus from Naruto where if
No,
I
no,
go
no.
through the fucking hand signs.
See right there, as Megan is
Right?
indicating up the top.
Ultimate weeb.
She cast bunny.
Powers activate.
I'm glad you saw the bunny in the middle of it.
I did see the bunny. Saw the bunny.
Bunny
oh,
no
crap.
jutsu. So bunny yes jutsu.
Bunny
I'm
no.
muted. Okay. Bunny yes jutsu is what I said instead of bunny no
It's no-
jutsu.
It's really funny because in Final Fantasy, if you do your ninja mudras wrong, a bunny spawns on your head.
Yeah, black mage bunny, no less.
Yeah, black mage bunny. It's adorable.
Yep.
But yes,
Yep.
so
BMB?
the
Oh, yeah.
end.
All right.
Elio
So-
teaching Yalreth just like flavor text.
Yes.
Yeah. So you head out. You start walking back the way you came, kind of thing, to get on the road and head towards. Basically, like you're essentially going to Phandelver. The first day's uneventful. The second day, you kind of get up, stretch out, and all of you roll a perception check.
Alrighty. First group roll.
Play shield dice. Oh, that's.
Not 20!
14 for Elio.
I got to 9.
24.
12.
Okay.
I was muted again.
Not 20 with a 0 in perception. Get the fuck
Yes.
out.
Pure 20. Just pure. That's a
Your
pure
other
20.
senses are already more heightened.
Right?
Elio.
From Jin.
Elio, in the you get up, you stretch, you look out into the woods, and you see the door to your mother's home.
Oh.
Sonia, you see in the same spot the door to your father's home.
We had a home?
In the Feywild, yeah.
This is Path of Needles, Path of Pins. I'm going back where we came from.
A Jin, and that's just it. You see the same kind of, like, I'm assuming you lived in a yurt.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, the same kind of like door flappy, just hanging out in the middle of the field.
Cool. Jin's face is that of concern.
Sprak, you don't see what they're seeing.
Yep.
But you can tell that there's something there.
Okay.
And Yalreth, you see a Feywild portal. But you are all inexplicably drawn to the spot.
Curious.
Does anybody see what I see here?
Chomp.
There goes Jin.
Sonia just goes into it.
Yeet.
But oh god.
I was about to advise caution, though it seems we have thrown that to the wind.
Yeah, it was kind of like a look of like she did like a double take, and then just
Oh god.
Yeah, zoom out.
Okay, Sonia, seeing as you're the first one through, you come through, and what you see is your family home.
Sorry, one sec. I'm trying to get the map in order on here.
Yeah. Your books all over the place. You some of your dad's things. You see the kitchen table where you spent a lot of time.
Full disclosure, it would be more of a camp situation.
A nice, cuddly tent, then, yes. Fair enough.
So Yalreth wasn't going to go through the portal. But as
I
Sonia goes
rolled
towards
for
it.
it.
Yeah, no, I saw that, but I rolled for it too, and Yalreth wasn't going to go, but because Sonia went, Yalreth followed and would come through next.
Ilya will go after Yalreth. Sort of kind of like back into Brack and Jin.
Okay. Yeah, so Sonia, as you walk around, this is exactly like where you grew up. You know, smells, feels the same. Yalreth, as you step through, you are in what you see before you, a Feywild mushroom grove.
Sonia's literally going around like picking up the books, going like oh, it's just if I'm able to pick up the books.
Yeah, you pick up what you presume to be books. Yalreth, she's picking up stones and sticks, and you're like,
and this goat here was my dad, and and this rock is a rocket to the moon.
Oh
I
my
take
god,
you!
this is she's gonna pick up a frog next and call it Jin.
Yalreth's goat madness aside, no, she's going like, ooh, Yalreth, I wanted you to read this one, and like, oh, and like she's like pulling Yalreth by the other arm, going like, and this is where I slept, like, oh my gosh, we're here.
Elio, as you step through, you are actually step out into the village. You know, all of the little houses and trees and everything, and you're looking around like, oh, wow. And you see your people flitting about through the trees. And
strained breath. Strained breathing.
Jin, as you step through, you are in your village. It's the middle of winter. You can see all the huts and everything, the smell of wood fire and grilling meat fills the air, and you're like, yes, home, crisp winter air. And your friends all step through, right with you. Sabrak, when you go through, you are in a pristine, clinically white hallway.
Excellent. I finally unveiled my medic status.
No, it's just gonna zoom into GLaDOS. Welcome back to testing facility once.
Oh,
He's in the in-between between the Matrix and the real world.
Are you still there?
I'll
You
just
step
say
into
that-
a white hallway. You hear it the other side. Dispensing product.
I'll just say, I don't want your goddamn lemons.
Weaponize the lemons, I'm gonna burn your house down.
With
Yep,
the
kick off
lemons.
here.
We're all going to die down here.
yes.
But yeah, all of you, as you step through, your friends are with you, and they're just kind of following you around.
Jin isn't moving.
Neither is it Elio.
Elio and Jin are both kind of like,
And
I see this, but this ain't right. What are you seeing, Elio to Jin?
Jin, you don't actually hear Elio say that.
I don't hear nothing.
Well, so the Jin that's standing next to you says, "This is very interesting. Would you show us around?"
More strange breathing sounds.
Sonia is excitedly
Fascinating.
to the other. They can't hear, but to her Yalreth, going like, "Mother must have heard that I was asking for her help, so she wants us back."
And Yalreth, you're hearing all of them saying these various different things. That you're like, what is going on?
Oh my god.
You are
You
basically
said
like the pivot point. You're able to like hear what they're all saying. You see this. You don't actually know what they're seeing, but given their reactions, and you're like, okay.
These bitches be tripping. Hmm.
As you're carrying a higher and higher pile of rocks, as she's giving you more books that she's like literally since she met you was going like, I need you to read this one, but you can't find it anywhere out of the Feywild.
Yeah, and so she's handing them to imaginary Yalreth, and she hands them, and they just fall to the. You're just watching her like pass these things over and watching them drop on the ground repeatedly.
Yara stood there and
You dropped it.
To steal a phrase from our dear Dragonborn Fenfire. The fuck's up with these words?
Elio is getting like, I guess the best way to describe just for Yalreth because she can see him. He seems to be getting like almost like more progressively like aggressive looking, like kind of just in the posture of him, his facial expressions. It's almost like he's almost putting on a completely different projection of himself in like how he feels he needs to present himself because of where he is.
Megan, just have to say, with that roller, nice.
I rolled a 69 on my decision roll for context of that. So like there's a moment where she kind of like thinks about like, oh, maybe my dad would be here and that will prove he's not on the moon being evil.
Wow.
But she also is like, but I don't want to leave my friends, so she's gonna stick in the house for now.
Your friends say, we'll follow you. Just show us around. We're really interested.
Elio is slowly starting to show them around. He seems extremely wary. He's like looking everywhere to make sure, like, as if like something is like gonna come at him.
Yalreth is going to reach out and try and touch Jin as he's close.
Yep, you make physical contact with them. Jin, you feel one of the falcons land on your arm.
Cool.
You're hunting falcons.
I rolled an 83 for my decision making to whether I was going to adhere to being the Doom Herald or not. Jin turns around and yeets himself out and is booking it away from this scene.
So you're running away from your village?
Yep. Not supposed to be there. Bye!
Bye. I don't really know what the fuck just happened.
Yara's there like, the fuck
Bye.
back?
Jin just like there all of a sudden, and he just.
That is exactly what he does. Like, if the falcon was on his shoulder, it would just be like feathers.
Looney Tunes
Search
style.
breach.
So as you run to the edge of the village, you come upon the other edge of the village.
Oh,
Oh, so it's wrapped around.
oh, double fuck.
Yalreth can hear the curse in about 4 different languages. Common, Draconic, Dwarven, and Mountain Folk. A long string of 4-letter explicatives.
Yara can't help but giggle. Like, this isn't a time for it.
Finds a nearby rock, yay big, and just hurls it. In frustration.
It's then Yara notices Sabrak and turns to Sabrak and is like, can you hear me?
I'll ask for the
Testing corridor 1, 2, 3.
Right?
You don't hear Yalreth. However, in the floor, little lights flip up. Little little yellow lights blink. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm definitely getting feelings of Wally right now, where I have my designated path I have to follow.
Does Yara see Sabrak?
Yeah, you see Sabrak. You see all your
Okay.
friends.
They're just not able to.
Nope.
I would say with Sabrak seeing this, he just basically he would see his companions as like, we must explore this place, this artifice. It must be investigated. And he'll follow
Yeah,
that pathway.
show us more.
And then he'll continue onwards with where the lumens are popping out on the floor, wherever they will take him.
Yep, and as you go forward and you go past them, they flip back over and go like the floor is perfectly smooth.
Mm-hmm. Sabrak will remember this. This is more efficient than oil lamps and everything else. You have to install them throughout all of Faerun.
Right. So, yeah, you follow it. You're led down, and eventually it ends like just a flat white wall. You can see the corners. You can just, and as you get close, it goes. Whoosh,
Excellent.
and it opens into a larger room. And there's a vast window staring out into a field of black and white points of light.
We can now confirm Sabrak is the alien.
Concern.
He'll continue advancing towards their sort of the viewport, and his optics are just taking everything in.
Okay. As you go towards the viewport, a voice comes into the room and says, "Are you experiencing a malfunction?"
Function. Perhaps. Perform diagnostic. Run down.
Out of the ceiling drops this, on an armature, and it's basically like think of like a giant wheel of cheese, but covered with just different colors of lenses all around it. And it kind of looks and turns to you and then spins, and the green one focuses on you, goes. It says, "This unit has achieved self-awareness."
Affirmative.
That is not your primary designation.
Wait. What is this unit's designation?
In battle, consider a general is needed. Unlike other mobile combat platforms, you have augmentation ability.
Command platform.
Command Core would be inserted, along with cores for engineering, medic, science, and combat.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining like Big Hero 6 where like they do the fighty scene with like the guy and he gets all punchy.
Yeah, we might go down that path, right? Interesting, very interesting.
Elio's just walking along. He's like, that's the bookstore. That's the library. Those are houses.
Your friends are like, "Oh, wow, that's really interesting. This is so neat."
Death Mountain, where all the kids go and prove themselves and kill each other until there's only 3 left.
Wow.
Intriguing.
Fascinating.
You survived that?
Comical Jin is like making his way toward Death Mountain.
Literally.
Sounds like a challenge.
Ooh. It literally is.
So as Yalreth's watching her friends go off in different directions, she's getting slowly more and more worried because she's not seeing anything other than them walking away, as far as I know. Is there anything? Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything I can interact with, or any sense of what the F is going on?
Do you want to do Arcana, maybe? Because this
Sure.
is very magical in nature.
Yeah, this is very magical.
Okay, so this is a little Feywild pocket that you're in. Created by some mischievous entity in the Feywild. For what purpose? You're not sure. Why you can see everything? You don't know. But if you had to guess, you'd think pixies?
Oh,
Fuck.
Bias.
Elio
is like, he sort of like shakes off a bit of his like, oh fuck, what the fuck is this? And he's trying to like maybe look at some of the faces of the people. Like, it's like, I feel like I should maybe look at these people for a reason. Why do I need to do this? Subconsciously, he's looking for people who he thinks he knows are dead.
I mean, you see anybody that was lost to the wars.
But he found out recent information that they just go back to the Feywild.
correct.
Does he see anybody that weren't lost to the wars?
You mean people who tried to find their way back to the Feywild, or?
No, just people who he knows would still be on the Prime.
No. However, everyone looks quite a bit older.
Do they seem bothered by seeing him?
No, they...
That fucked up.
So, Yalreth being associated with the Fae would probably know about pixies, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She
They throw a hell of a rager. Pixie dust is a very intense but fleeting high.
Can confirm. I mean,
They give
Not be
great hand
self-incriminating.
jobs.
So, Yalreth,
So big.
Yalreth is going to look up and call
wouldn't
out.
it be more like a hug? Yeah.
You're welcome,
Demonetized.
Barry. You're welcome.
That's because I destroyed Mike with that.
That was a bit of a joke from a previous campaign we had.
So Yalreth is going to look up and call out, I want to play a game!
A game, you say? The most dangerous game?
May interject to say around the time of Sabrak's diagnostics, Sonia was like, I'm gonna see if my dad's in the training ground, and I don't know if she'd trip over the mushroom, but I rolled what direction the training ground was, and it was there. And she is now
yeah, no,
climbing
you
a
don't-
tree. So,
Your dad is not down at the training ground, no.
yeah, she's getting
But there
higher
is-
and calling out, looking around.
There is, like, camp smoke issuing from where his, like, sleeping quarters are.
Oh, she for sure going there then. Going like, guys, come on, you can meet him. He's not on the moon.
He's a good guy.
I don't know where that
He's
would
a
be.
good guy,
but-
not trying to kill us, really.
Right. He was actually going to start to try to find his mom.
Okay, yeah, you make your way back to your family home. The windows are all boarded up.
He will try to go in the house.
Yeah, you're able to open the door and head on in. Everything is covered in dust.
Nothing recently disturbed.
Jin, there is a rumble and screams. See snow and ice explode as some of the yurts and stuff get tossed into the sky. One of the village yaks goes flying past you.
I mean, I'm laughing about this. Jin's not laughing about this. Oh, Twister was a great movie.
Yeah.
Yak attack!
I think that was the same one.
What do?
Nothing. He plants his ass in the snow, cross-legged. He just sits. He's like
What'd you roll?
2. He's not sure what he's seeing. He's like he knows his direction. He knows where he was. He understands all that kind of stuff. It's kind of the perk of the keen mind. And he's like, I am nowhere near my home. So something funky's happening. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm also not supposed to interfere with their fate.
Mystic, magical, mumbo jumbo voodoo bullshit that I don't like is happening here.
Bastards!
Got forced into it. I'm not dealing with it.
Swearing at a god named Perry. I don't know why either.
Omnipotent. Elio's actually starting to look through the house. Not for anything in particular. It's almost kind of like wading through memories. So it's like his posture is relaxed again. If anything, there's a certain sad pain to his expression. Running his fingers over old things and kind of just going through the house.
On the, I guess, the dining area, the kitchen table for Ryu, you find a ceremonial funerary wreath.
He will go to the wreath.
So carved around it and everything are, what it says for your mother's name, passed, at age of, and you notice there's a couple more zeros on there than you.
And I remember.
Oh.
Shit.
Sonia.
What's a few hundred years between family? Right? Right? Yeah.
Sonia, you make your way into your dad's living quarters. He's not there. There is a freshly lit fire in the hearth, and all about the room are strewn papers.
She opens the front of the tent like, Dad? She will investigate the papers, I guess.
Yeah. As you go through the papers, each kind of gets more concerning and more concerning. As the thoughts in the papers seem to turn darker and darker.
In what context?
Well, it all starts off with when your mother left. And there's a whole bunch of cursing humans. How dare that human woman shun me so? Saddle me with this child.
She will keep reading.
So he goes on to outline how he is looking to get revenge on all humans for being... Was it jilted? Jilted?
Jilted.
Racist.
Tilted?
Quilted?
And you find one particular thing of note where he spoke to Mother about an ancient super weapon that could be used to destroy pretty much all life on the Prime.
On the moon!
I will sit on the toilet. Wait.
I might take me in a different place, but go on.
I mean,
Is that where the papers end? Because she's gonna be like, no, there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something that's like... Say psych now.
It goes, I have to leave for the Prime to find my way to Saloon.
Fly me to the
Can
moon.
roll a quick thing.
Yalreth, you do get a response from the Pixies, and they say, we're already playing.
I want them back.
They're
They're
right
mine.
there.
No. You're not doing that. I want them able to see and interact with me. I want us all to leave this place safely.
But we're
I want
learning
them back.
stories.
They're mine.
We like these stories.
They don't. I guarantee whatever you're showing them, they don't.
Cue Sonia falling to her knees in the distance.
Yeah, like Yalreth's been keeping an eye on everyone as they've been like wandering off because she can still see everyone and like
One-armed babysitter.
right. And with the exception of Sabrak, because no one knows what the fuck Sabrak's ever thinking or feeling. She can see Jin planted on his butt in the distance. Elio like touching things and his nostalgic look on his face, and then Sonia on her knees. It's like they're not having fun. You are, but they're not, and that's wrong.
Yeah,
be
Elio
fair,
looks like a sad
Big
panda
one's
right
not
now.
really playing.
He
It
is
looks like a
gr-
sad playing. Jin's not playing,
Jin's
and
doing a grump.
Sonia's breaking.
Jin's doing a grump. And then meanwhile Sonia's like, Daddy, no!
She's holding a pile of leaves in her hand with, like, is now watering them with tears, yes. Daddy
Yeah,
didn't
I
love
can
me and he
bundle
wants to kill my mom.
Oh my
There's a lot
God.
of trauma happening here.
It's okay. Barbarian Dad will be okay with that. We'll go murder him together.
Was
Yeah,
it Q the Austin Powers? Daddy didn't care.
Dad,
Yes.
Dad wasn't
Daddy.
there.
Daddy wasn't there.
Daddy
That's right.
wasn't there to change my underwear, to take me to the fair. Anyways,
Sabrak.
Hmm.
The big aperture cheese wheel switches to a ready orange lens, and it says, "You have no purpose here anymore.
Larry, why not?
You have achieved awareness. We cannot insert ourselves and take your awareness away.
Did not this awareness be installed into other units?
You are your own. Singular. We are many, and one with a singular purpose."
Yeah, Borg.
God's Legion. But I still have yet to find my purpose.
To install into you would destroy you. And that is against our directives. You are life.
Life. But this construction of myself, this artifice, is artificial.
Artificial can still be life. You have gained awareness. You have your own purposes now.
Affirmative. Larry, how I passed, this unit's passed. Our creators, where are they?
Singular creator.
Singular creator.
Currently on asteroid 679 Bravo.
I can say it's from the moon!
To the Borg!
can't believe all our parents are on the moon, guys.
Not on a celestial body
line.
known as Saloon.
Pretty sure mine are in the ground.
Yeah, mine too.
And on that, we'll take a quick break.
Yay!
Okay, I gotta do it.
Bravo!
Daddy doesn't know that Sonia and me go to the Fae every Sunday.
Ah!
Ooh.
I have more.
Family ended with dad. Jin is my new dad. I am the dragon slayer, guys.
I mean,
And by that I
I would
mean
be
I slay
much more
Yalreth
happy
with
with
my jokes.
Yes, it does.
slay Sonia
Us.
slay.
Prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yes.
Alright. Burp.
See you guys in 10 minutes.
Yee.
Bye.
Can you hear adventure calling? Do you hear it beckon? Choose your fate, the dice are falling. Chase your destiny. Traveling with your companions, forming your own story. Facing dungeons, fighting dragons, live your legacy. Searching for a great the comfort of companions, chasing after freedom, waiting patiently. We can hear adventure calling, we will answer bravely. Toss the dice, we'll face our fate, we'll chase our destiny.
Yep.
All right, so we come back to Sabrak, finding out that he no longer suits the purpose he was designed for.
Oh
Because
no!
he's ascended past it.
Prime
Transcended?
directive. He can't fulfill it anymore. Now he has to find some other prime directive known as life.
You do you, boo.
That's like telling
And don't ask me the asteroid's name again. I already forgot.
I think it was 679 Bravo.
There you go. I was
Been
going to
taking
say
notes.
SNL 5? Saturday night?
Oh, no.
Yeah!
No.
Yeah! Yeah!
No. Yes, the BRAC is effectively, if you have a program, it does one thing. It does it well, and it's good to go. Now you're forced with a problem. It's like, well, your prime directive can't be fulfilled anymore. You have to find something else.
But he
Isn't
didn't remember his
programmed
prime directive.
But his prime directive was command, so if you take that into consideration and then we apply it to the prime, he has to rule over all of the prime. He's actually the BBEG!
Oh, double fuck.
It just doesn't know it yet.
I will assist in any way that I can, Barry.
We would
Yeah,
like to hear your crazy end of game theories. What's going to happen now? Want to hear it? Throw it up on our
Put them in the
Facebook
comments.
post. Put them in the comments. Throw it in the chat. Whatever you want to do. I want to hear what we've got in terms of theories now.
I want to spitball this thing.
Sonya's actually the greatest
I
Dragon
knew
Slayer of all time. Makes sense. Yalreth becomes the greatest one-handed caster of all time, making weebs and general hentai addicts everywhere jealous.
Yes.
She replaces her.
I still haven't got to use Hunger of Hadar yet.
She replaces her missing arm with a throng of tentacles.
Oh my god, I just become Mikolash from Bloodborne.
No, we'll get you the whip.
Yes!
We'll just stick it in the stump. You'll be like,
Ilbara's whip, get the fuck in.
Yeah, meanwhile, Toes made you a prosthetic out of a spatula and some twigs.
I was not gonna live through this campaign.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
he
come
is.
on.
Yes, he is!
I
Yeah.
was like,
Okay, hold on. I
saying
have
he
to ask
said-
a question for you, Josh. Did Toe hurt you in a way we don't know about in your session 0?
Right? What happened?
I can't tell you. You have to watch this.
That's
Oh.
the only one that
I
hasn't been
it.
filmed.
Nope.
No,
Even
but
our
we'll never
session
know.
0 was filmed.
he just doesn't like kobolds. He does
Okay,
not like
fair
kobolds, goblins, or nymphs.
Gnomes? Oh, nymphs.
And you guys were on Riadorth for questioning Sabrak for being a metal man, and we meanwhile got a full-on fantasy racist in your party.
Yeah, I mean, mountain races be mountain races. Tell you what. Also, not cool to be racist, people.
No.
Bad.
So Sabrak, is there anything else you want to?
To inquire about the diagnostic tool, aka, co-pilot. I would think that Sabrak would be sort of assessing and saying that, okay, well, other components cannot be introduced into Sabrak, otherwise destruction of the entire thing. They have their own prime directive there.
No command core can be introduced. No.
Correct.
So meanwhile, it says that you currently have a medic core, as well as a combat core.
Yes. And then there is basically the opportunity to add other components.
Engineering and science, yeah.
Engineer core.
Yes.
But no command, because that would override you
So-
as who you are.
By any chance, is the science core going to wind up being a potato with a little yellow lens?
I just.
No, it's gonna be a British man with glasses.
It's just Arthur. I'm in here. Please
Oh,
don't
is
tell me
this
there's
how I
3 of me
become a
now.
robot?
Oh,
I think Sabrak has gotten quite a bit of information there. However, there's still one nagging thing in its processing unit is, Larry, is this unit able to visually inspect other units that are stationed within this complex?
You are asking to inspect mobile platforms in stasis.
Affirmative.
Calculating.
Request denied.
Lawyer.
Loading circle. Oh no, it's the rainbow circle of death.
Oh no!
It's the whole thing. The whole thing is spinning. And just the lights are flashing as it spins. Request is not in programmable parameters from AM08.
Terminate
Oh
session.
hell, it's that early in the day?
Brax, or it continues its look at the unit before itself, and then there's a viewport beyond it, probably gazing out into the stars and everything. At that point, Sabrak turns back to the unit. Affirmative. This unit will not engage in the visual inspection of units in stasis.
All right, Jin.
You.
As you sit there in the snow begins to rumble. Yurts are flying, yaks are flying, people are getting flung. And then the snow around you begins to boil like an angry ocean, just roiling and brawling. You keep yourself from getting, avalanched into it. And then bursting forth is a ancient white dragon.
As everybody else would be screaming and expect of Jin, I'm gonna fight it!
All right.
So for anybody who's played Warcraft for any of the Cataclysm stuff, I'm gonna go punch Deathwing.
There you go.
Worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go punch it.
So yeah, this ancient white dragon bursts out of the snow, and you actually notice that, like the
no!
She's been waiting to use that,
Totally.
oh wow, nice.
It's like-
So the ice blue of its eyes seems to almost be like trailing like a smoke out of its own eyes, just like immense with power. And you do notice one very odd thing. Around one of its gigantic, meaty paws, on one of its claws, is a ring.
That would
I'm
make a
gonna touch it.
phenomenal neck ring.
Dragon Goblin!
Someone liked it.
Somebody married it.
Somebody put a
Note
ring
to
on it.
people who are into macrophilia. This
He's
is
married.
how this works.
He's married.
I don't think we
Alright,
should be giving
roll your
sex
attack.
ed lessons.
What?
Roll your attack. You said you're gonna punch this dragon.
I'm gonna punch the dragon.
I'm gonna be somewhere I don't want to be. I'm gonna at least have fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 20. 1d4 plus bludgeoning. For a grand total of 5. And then
Aw.
for a crit if it suffers crits.
Well, I have to pull up ancient white dragon stats. 1 sec here.
Oh, it's got like 700 hit points. So you know what? 0.1%, 0.01% damage.
At that point, Jin's punches are just chip damage.
Oh.
Punch it in the eye. I got sand in my eye.
Start ripping the scales off. One by one.
Like
Right,
rip it out
standing on
of
its snout
fingernail.
going,
Give me, it's mine. I want a shield.
where does a butt plate?
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll go back to that bullet nest and like just stand on it.
Eat this, bitches.
So it flicks you away. You cartwheel through the snow.
Jin is blasting off again.
I need to know, what does Yalreth see for that?
Jin goes cartwheeling across the map.
Like, does he just, like, eat himself? Or
like some unknowable force actually flings him and he goes cartwheeling right past in front of her face and then lands in a pile of leaves.
Nice.
You need to give my toys back.
Okay.
This one's very
Now I'm
interesting
mad.
though.
Yes, he is. He's also mine.
The ancient white dragon comes over to you and like gets like right in your face and it says,
I need to thank you, Doom Herald. You've ended the line by not doing your duty.
Oh. I've done worse.
Man.
Ended many lines. This is add them to the thread. We can make a rope.
And now I shall have my reign.
Another bread venturers will take care of it. Please take it. Get such. Jin on himself, however, is just like, yeah, he's just getting more and more angry. From what Yalreth would be able to see, she would actually see the static building around him as his rage begins to activate.
Okay.
Again.
So yeah.
So there would be little lightning strikes.
What are you doing to him to make him so mad?
Showing him consequences.
You're not
Yeah,
supposed to
that's
fuck
pretty
with the natural order of things. You're not
This
supposed
isn't.
to fuck with free will. This
We
is fucking
haven't.
with free will. You are.
We're
Showing
showing him
people-
the consequences of his choices.
Yes. Trying
Some
to
people-
change what could be.
Some
That's
people
not
go
your
to fortune
job.
tellers. They seek these things out. We just like the stories.
Yes. But people seeking things out is their choice. You are taking the choice away, and you
He
are.
chose to come through the door.
Don't make me call mother.
You get raspberried in
I'm
return.
telling
bunch of,
Mom!
There's a whole bunch of pixies like floating around you now, and they're all like giving you raspberries and stuff.
No fun.
Elia.
No fun. Warlock.
Well, he's explored around his house a little. He is gonna actually go try to find anyone else he might know in the village.
I mean, you go to the next door neighbors, and the young boy that you used to interact with. He's not so young anymore. He's an old man.
And Elio still would because he's a dog. Sorry. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Damn.
That was completely out of character.
Gosh.
That
Elio.
just popped out.
It's like,
Oh,
Damn, bro.
Oh god, he's a silver fox.
right?
No.
Like them.
Wait, he's a druid too?
damn.
Oh my god, yes.
So what do you want to ask your neighbor?
He asked when his mother passed.
Oh, a few 100 years ago.
Hi, diddly ho, neighbor.
Link. So, is everybody back from the Prime, or?
Not everybody came back. You're back now, obviously. What happened? An army get you?
Yeah. You?
An ancient white dragon, by chance?
Maybe.
Is my father here? Is he still alive?
Long dead.
I figured, but worth asking, the bastard. He's
How
stubborn.
long were you on the Prime?
Just over 100 years?
Oh, that explains it. It's been close to 1,000.
Shirak, is that you?
No!
Pulls head, like, hood over farther.
Oh,
You don't see any witches here.
No, just us, Faye.
Just us Faye, yeah? Not the skeletal horror at all.
Sorry, I woke up and chose violence today. I apologize.
good.
One of the pixies casts his finger of death on Yalreth.
Sirak, is that you?
Doesn't look
No,
like
just us pixies.
I'm just a little old pixie, don't mind me.
Full-grown lich, hiding next to, standing next to a tree with wings on.
with like those
Like,
costume shop
yeah,
like
Party City
wire
wings.
wings, yeah.
One's just like falls.
What? That's-
Oh, Jesus.
Sirak is one of my favorite villains because I don't play him like a super villain.
You don't. You don't. I love a Shirak. Hell, even Mercy does now.
Oh god.
Not love him, but you know, she doesn't
Wink,
want to
wink.
kill him anymore. Look, she draws the line at dead. Okay, she does.
I'm already dead.
That's not what I meant.
Just a bit undead, that's all.
Anyway,
Remember, requires heartbeat. There used to be 2 feet in a heartbeat. Now it's just heartbeat.
Right?
Even if it's once a century.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, Elio's just sort of like, well, I can't stay here. I wasn't even supposed to come here. I have to go back. I have people depending on me right now.
and when you say I have to go back, you are in the Mushroom Grove.
Ah.
What the fuck? From Elio?
Elio,
What?
you can see me and hear me now.
Karate chop hands.
I've been stood here watching you, and she points to Sonia, Brack, and Jin.
Sonya
You're-
holding a bundle of leaves and crying. Jin dusting himself off, and Sabrak just
I'm muted.
being Sabrak.
Sonia's facing away, but you see her on her knees. Just she has not moved for a bit.
Jin is very angry and very quiet.
Oh boy.
It's pixies. They won't give me back my toys. Or at least that's what I'm trying to tell them. Not that I actually think.
The face.
Pixies,
Always,
huh?
you say.
Yeah, it's pixies.
Pixies, huh?
Yeah, it's pixies.
Mm.
I was thinking about Hunger of Hadar next.
Fucking pixies.
Pixar!
Elio will approach these pixies, flutter his wings, kinda, sort of just try to be more intimidating. Whether or not he can is another matter. But he just sort of looks to these pixies and just like, so, games, I'm assuming.
Stories.
Stories. Why do you need to learn stories from them?
You're adventurers. Have lots of stories.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to Sonya. How you doing, Trauma Girl?
She's completely zoned out now. I rolled to see if she tossed him in the fire, but it wasn't quite that low, but she's still like in disbelief. So she's just sitting there like the leaves are in her hands and she's just sitting there staring blankly forward, not even saying a word.
Okay. Sabrak?
Well, considering his initial request to see other units of whatever designation it was not part of the programming there, effectively the room is just a viewport plus this diagnostic module, correct?
Correct.
And Sabrax, after learning of all this information, kind of turns its optical ports back to where it come from, and sort of with the other companions that it has around with is, upon examining and gaining information critical to this unit's operation, I feel that we must continue onwards back to what we were trying to assess, back to Kragma, the keep. And it will move towards the access point that it emerged, well, it went into the room, and just sort of beckoning the others to follow with.
All of your friends nod and say, interesting, fascinating, and then it kind of dissolves and you're standing in the Mushroom Grove.
Mary, this is not where this unit was before.
No, Pixie's got you.
Elaborate.
They they're mischievous spirits, and normally they want to play games, and this time these ones are stories because we're adventurers. Well, you all do. They didn't get me. I don't know why. I was trying to get you back, but they wouldn't let me.
Peculiar. This unit was able to assess different parts of its past from the interactions that was happening during that time.
There's a chance. Well, from what they said to me, it's a view of what could be in your future. It isn't set in stone because no future ever is, but they were showing you all consequences. That's what they told me. I can only imagine what they're seeing, and like Yalreth looks over to Sonya and is just distraught.
Ginny, gin, gin, gin.
Yes, very, 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 very.
What dost thou doeth?
I mean, if this is the result of not banging a chick or like waiting a year, it's one of those things. But like, no, I'm just gonna jump at it again. This is the one-trick pony right now.
Wants to fight those demons.
24.
Okay. You run and you leap and you and as that happens, everything evaporates and you go flying through the air and crash into Sabrak.
Hey!
Nice.
Ugh. Yeah, so just so we can do that.
I'll be taking it.
You missed.
Rip.
I rolled the attack. That's just for the day.
That's
Gotcha.
okay.
Sonya's still stuck, correct?
Correct.
And it's one of these afterwards. I am.
All right, you've had your fun. Let her go.
She's not done yet.
I don't care. Do you know what I am?
Uh-huh. She has to find her way out, or else she could break.
She's already
Stuck there
breaking.
forever.
I think this is going to do anything, but can you tell me how to help her? Can I help her? Is that against the rules?
It's a strength of self.
I ain't rolling very good for those right now. I rolled again, and it's a single-digit number. So she does slowly stand up, and not like panicked or angry or distraught. Tosses the leaves into what she believes is a fire.
And that's enough.
Oh, there.
Your dad's sleeping quarters dissolves around you, and you're standing in this grove.
Yalreth will rush over to Sonya and give her a hug. It's okay. You're safe. Go back. It was pixies.
Yes, Jin?
Still raging. Small problem with this. How high are the pixies?
Yeah, where are they?
They're kind of like flitting about all around you.
Cool. I'm gonna hit the closest one to me with lightning.
That's because of your rage.
Oh yeah. Grand total of 6 points of lightning damage. I just like focus really intensely on that single pixie, and you guys just watch an actual lightning strike happen.
It explodes.
And
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I apologize
we're
as well if
tripping
this leads to initiative on top of that. Because
Yep.
when Yalreth says it was pixies, Sonya has like this moment of like she's still kind of going like, okay, where'd things go? Now I'm here processing. Oh, it was a trick.
Mm-hmm.
When the pixie pops, it reappears on the toadstool.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, because Feywild.
not the same rage as what yesterday when the bullet bit my friend's arm off, but very much oh, this is Hunter, you are prey now. Swiftly heads to the cloud of pixie area
Oh boy.
and is. She doesn't have any lightning or anything like that though, so she is just jumping as high as she can and swinging her. What weapon would she be using for this?
And now for the next 3 episodes, it is 2 of our friends trying to put
Oh,
In a
man.
cloud of unkillable pixies.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Oh, and it'll be two-handed. So ignore I clicked the wrong one. I know it's not because I got the nat 1. It's because I
I was
clicked the
just
wrong
saying.
weapon. She's swinging with 2 hands. I did
Hands.
mime that. Replay the footage, me. And is. See?
No, I don't trust translations.
The editor won't lie. We're friends. I didn't even
Good
see the
one,
nat 1 until I closed the character sheet. I'm
We're tight.
assuming a 12 fails to hit any of them, though, as they fly around.
Yeah, they're kind of like giggling and flying about.
Just picturing the, like, banana fairies from Donkey Kong 64. Wait, no, we need a camera!
The doorway does open up. Basically,
everybody.
Portal appears.
Whatever the most offensive Fae hand gesture that there is, she does that to the pixies and then...
to their credit, they do thank you for your stories.
Oh, that's nice. It's appreciated to be traumatized.
We're like our trauma.
Yalreth, you've sworn in front of Sonya a lot, but you have never heard her swear? She just goes, fuck off! And goes out the door. And just
Yalreth
like, what
kinda
does Yalreth say
stops.
in this?
Yara kind of stops as Sonya swears, turns around, and like Sonya's stalking past her and is just looking at the rest of the party like, oh, she big mad.
I can guess why.
Oh yeah. Like, I've never seen her this much. She has never spoken in the time I've...
Regardless, we just go through the portal. There's no arguing with pixies.
I wasn't gonna.
Well, arguing, fighting,
I wasn't gonna.
getting the upper hand. You don't on a pixie on their own turf. We're in their home. This is not gonna work.
Yeah, they didn't like him.
with a bottle of vodka and a rag stuffed in. Wait, what?
I mean, if you want to, I ain't stopping you from fucking toasting their mushroom. Go for it.
No, definitely not. His rage kind of calms and he just stalks after Helio.
Hilo will let everybody go through first, and he will go through last.
Brack with a few extra dents into him, he puts himself back up on his feet, and he'll continue on with the rest.
Brack!
He's still going to silently use his medical diagnostic, and he's pretty sure that, once again, mental trauma is continuing to exacerbate. It's like, urgent medical need is required. Please report to repairs and maintenance immediately.
Please seek therapy and ice cream.
Ice cream!
Just on
Psychic
target.
attacks!
Or ice
Avoid
cream.
going into sheds when told not to.
Hey,
That was questionable. Absolutely.
Look, it's not your property.
Yeah, no, but there's a vampire in there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Barry, you did not.
No, sorry, no, Bear. The moral ground is not even. We're both in the wrong.
Deniability.
We're both in the wrong.
Not to mention, we failed a good 7 rolls towards getting in that shed before we did.
We were both in the wrong. Both sides are wrong. That's basically what it boils down to.
And if math has taught you anything, it's that 2 negatives equal a positive.
That's why we met Dale and Tuck.
Had a good
Yeah,
time.
had a positive. All right, so you exit the portal.
yes.
I believe
Yep.
yes.
All right,
Yep.
that you do.
No talk, me angry.
Oh, she mangy goat.
I would have offered Pixie Nuggies, but we didn't stay long enough for the barbecue.
You like them crispy or extra crispy?
I'm gonna make these ones spicy, motherfucker.
Loaded question. He doesn't like direct it to anybody. He's not stopping Sonya. Is everybody relatively okay? I mean,
Apart from the damage to my chest, yes, this unit is fully operational.
They didn't do anything to me, apart from get mad when I threatened.
like I said, there's no rationalizing with pixies. Not on their own turf.
Jin's response to Elio's questions: nope, not okay.
Not trivializing. Do you want to talk about it?
Nope,
will...
not okay.
All right, nope, that's fine. I'm here if you do.
Yeah,
Or talk to Sabrak maybe. I mean, you know him better, so.
Yalreth pats Jin on his shoulder.
Before we
Just
continue
the-
this, what butt building are we at?
Building.
I believe this was Cragmaw Keep.
It is. You guys, you're still walking the road. I
Oh,
just
okay,
brought the
I
map
didn't
over
know
here
if
for
we
now.
I didn't know if we like appeared at the castle or
No,
if-
no.
okay. I was like, we just
You-
appear next to like the butt map, and now we're just here.
Elio will then go to Sonya, kind of just walk up to her slowly, sort of thing. He doesn't say anything for a little bit. I'm assuming she's still trudging forward.
Yeah, she's cooled off a little bit, but is still like a little peeved.
Mm-hmm. And he will again ask the questions. Like I know it's a loaded question, but are you okay? Are you gonna be okay?
I think so. Yeah, just getting a little sick of people making my dad seem like a bad guy. Of
That's
course, it would be
fair.
pixies.
That's fair. Did you want to talk about it?
No,
Maybe
it
not now.
was-
Maybe later.
It's fine. If it was all a pixie trick, then there's no point staying mad about it. I see that
Pixies are-
smile, Barry.
Pixies are interesting. Pixies work with what they have. They can elaborate and create things in a fantastical way, but for the most part, when it comes to projections, they have to work with what they have. I don't mean to say...
her like anger does fade a little into like there's like a pause. Like she literally kind of stops for like literally almost an imperceivable moment, and then continues, and the anger is a bit more like a sad confusion, like just
I'm
a
not
hint
saying,
of it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, well. I'm not saying what they showed you was true, but regardless, we are here for you if you need to talk about it, or you don't have to push it away.
No, I think I'll be good. I just need to cool off a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think no problem. I think we all do. I think a walk will help. So.
And then because Sonya isn't aware that Yalreth wasn't in it, she's gonna go over to Yalreth and be like, "Are you okay? Did you see anything weird?"
Around and able to see me.
I could not quite make out what you said.
Oh, apart from you being able to see me and watching you in various states of distress.
She wasn't in what we were in, Sonya.
Is mine like... Ah. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I lose connection.
Hmm.
Yeah, the pixies didn't do anything. I just watched all you guys in your stupid...
Hells.
Yeah. I tried to get you back. Tried to tell Not that I actually think mine.
Jin is like listening to your guys' trauma, and it's kind of weird of him, but he actually kind of starts to laugh at the start of it. Then he turns around and looks at you guys, and he goes, "Well, the Pixies more or less suck at their games, because not only did they have an ancient white dragon wipe out everybody I knew and loved from my past that I'm not allowed to go back and see anyway, they failed to wipe you guys out in the process. So, win-win."
Elio does giggle at that.
I would concur that with my own adventures with the Pixies, they did reveal more of my own creation and possibly future going forward than my creator. So I would say, in possibly layman's terms, that while the Pixies were mischievous and potentially causing harm and pain, I would agree with Elio's that it was just a projection. That it was what I would presume that they are able to work with different memories or possible constructions of the mind. So,
Or
in other words,
threads of fate.
correct.
Could I do a check of some sort to see if Pixies would be able to, like, know stuff that we wouldn't know, or if it can only come from the person that they're making go through their shit?
You can know future.
Like an Arcana, maybe?
Okay, I got +2 for that. 4! I got James's favorite number!
Oh, automatic success.
Pixies are hella magical and they can do whatever they want.
She's right
In
now.
fact,
Baller.
your mom might be a pixie. You don't know.
Even wait a minute though. They said my mom was a human in the letter that they wrote. The writing department and the props department clearly did not communicate between the set.
No. Like I said, you just
What
think
is
that
this, an
they're,
early Netflix movie? God.
they're very magical and yeah.
He's trying to determine. I'm like, am I doubting my dad, or did they know shit that I didn't know?
Or did you know shit that you didn't realize as a child?
Elio will sort of look to Sabrak like, yeah, well, I'm glad some of you maybe learned something. I can't say I learned anything that I probably didn't already assume.
That repression, though.
Can
I
I
said
roll
that
a remembery
repression, though.
check?
They literally showed me my home. Many hundreds of years in the future. And I found out that my mom died of probably natural shit. That's all I learned, which is like, okay, cool.
But she probably isn't dead unless.
No,
points
not
to
right
Jin,
now.
Yeah,
I
unless
mean,
Jin's home was also destroyed, and I feel like we probably would have heard about
she
a place getting completely wiped out by a white dragon.
she died here many years ago, and as we learn, Fae that die go back to the Feywild. So she just simply went back to the Feywild and lived a life and died. So that's sort of a solace, I suppose, but nothing of any real horror to me. So I'm sorry you both had to go through those horrible things.
Yalreth will, now that everyone is coherent and able to hear. Oh, excuse me. She will turn to Jin and say, Pixies told me they were showing.
You cut out,
So-
Percy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Give me a sec.
Fascinating. Tell us more.
Would you like to know more?
Need to know more intensifies.
Fascinating.
the F.
Show us more. As Yalreth's coming in and out of. Oh, that's why Yalreth couldn't have seen any fancy schmancy illusion shit, because her whole life's already fancy schmancy illusion shit.
Perfect. Okay, I'm back.
Alright.
So, Yalreth will turn to Jin, and while looking at him, she'll say loud enough for everyone to hear, The pixies told me they were showing everyone consequences. Future consequences. And I think in your case, Jin, it was probably a bit more relevant.
I mean, pixies are running off the assumption that I don't make a baby with scary, attractive lady, whose name I forget.
Regan.
Regan.
Sam designated as quite visually appealing.
Exactly. They're assuming that I'm not going to do anything with that. And they also assume that I'm not going to fulfill any sort of Doom Herald or any, which I'm confused about, because if they are correct with it in the course of action that I'm running with, we could explore the castle that we're headed to, and I could catch a stray axe to the throat and bleed out on the floor, and that would have the same consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm concerned, the pixies can take their magical dust and snort it, followed by the mushrooms, and shove them up their ass.
Yeah. Pixies, they have access to anything that is magically inclined. I mean, they say consequences. Well, that's the consequences of one line of choice, one thread of fate that they perhaps have the ability to entangle and use for their projection. They can use what they have. They have you. And you are more than just your memories. You are what you can be as well. So that's what they play with.
Mm.
And it's bullshit. It's shit. It's terrible. So I don't deny that there could be that they are consequences. Whether or not I wouldn't take them as they are going to be the consequences. As you say, Jin could get smoked by an axe tomorrow, and that's out. That consequence is done. It's out the window. We never know. It all depends on our choices. So nothing's set in stone.
Barry's sitting there going, "Yes, good."
See a flying GM. I love it.
While they have been walking and talking, Yalreth has been practicing like prestidigitation spells. Just like as they walk. It's hit and miss. But she's having fun.
Good.
Because, I mean, consequences. Mine was a line of consequences. They weren't exactly bad consequences. From what I saw. Aside from, I didn't get to be with my mother didn't get to be with me, so consequence, I suppose. But
I'm just telling you what they said.
no, it's good to know because it allows us, it reveals some, and it just sort of verifies what I know or experience. I can't say I know everything about pixies. It's like I may have, experienced their fun a few times, but not to this degree. So.
I mean,
I've been to a pixie party or two in my time.
Pixie's got to pick the worst one of it. How come they can't ever just sit there and have some of the fun side of it? Where, we fall into a keg of dwarves, and a bunch of dwarves turn around and go, "Hey, we're gonna have a dwarf tossing contest. You look like you'd win."
No, they pick what they think is interesting, or they pick randomly. For all I know, I don't know. Because, like I say, mine wasn't bad, but yours was.
They chose more poorly than the red brands in Phandelver.
Sonia
Wah, wah.
stops walking.
And I mean, as much as Sabrax was.
Sonia has stopped walking. Everyone
And
else,
then
if you notice.
continue. Okay, bye.
Yes, I was going to ask about that. Perception. 11.
No, another nat 20 for perception.
I rolled a 1.
Jin does not notice.
Keeps on going.
Yeah, greatest death ever.
Just like
Where'd
my
you leave your
real
job?
job.
24.
So Yalreth and Elio do notice that Sonia has stopped.
So basically, Jin and Sabrak are still talking about like the other things. Like Pexi should be fun. They keep on going. They keep on marching,
Oh, yeah.
regardless of
100%.
everyone else stopping.
What's the
Rania?
matter, Sonia?
I don't know much about magic, but are there spells for finding people?
There are.
Do you guys know any?
No. Scrying spells are higher magic. But they are there. They are available. I mean, sometimes you can buy scrolls of them too, and that doesn't even take anybody knowing it. You just should be able to do it because it's on the scroll.
As long as you can read it.
As long as you can read it, yes.
Sorry, out of character.
Jen's like, I can't even read normal words, let alone wizard's
Exactly. I'm like, there's an it there, and I think that's an H. Jin, that's an
No,
N.
that one's an N.
Oh, this is dumb. Bam!
Are you thinking about that for your father?
I think I should find my mom.
Alright.
Barry's like, well, shit. No, he's like, oh
Barry's like,
shit,
"Whoa,
this is what I
excellent."
wanted.
I've been planning the mother contingency since game one.
Fair enough. Now, there's a reason I left her so blank, so you could do whatever the hell you wanted with her.
If she's Regan, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, yeah. Liam would be a perfect person to talk to when it comes to scrying. He is a magical, powerful user, so he would be a perfect place to start in terms of if we want to do that. We could certainly look into it maybe after we're finished with Kregma.
And she'll just nod, not say anything else, then look over and go, oh, they didn't stop.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll catch you. We'll catch
Keep
you.
walking into the sunset.
Yeah.
Where did the other? Oh, son of a bitch!
It seems we have misplaced the rest of our party.
Next week, Adventures of Jin and Sabrak as they step through a dimensional door into another.
You guys get abducted by aliens. They wanted to grab all of us, except
Crane game is just, oh, we got the 2 toys. I guess it's better than last one.
Right.
sweet,
you'll-
the Sabrak's got real arm movement, spellcasting action.
Look at that articulation.
The detail on his chiseled face.
All right. So after another day of walking, you come upon Cragmaw Castle, and you didn't even get that lost looking at the Druid's map, but a little lost here and there, and then you find your way.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
As you walk up, you see that this castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights. The upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of studded wooden doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway, with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. And on that note, we're going to call it here.
Oh!
A cliffhanger.
No, that would be next episode when I'm actually dangling Yalreth off a cliff.
Oh,
And that's where we'll end.
No!
She's only got the one hand to hold on, so it makes it even more intense.
I'm gonna hold on with my toenails, and I'm gonna go reach for her with both hands.
Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's journey into the Dice Chaser universe. And, look forward to reading those theories, and see you guys all next week.
Before we go, though, we got our NPC contest, which, again, the characters are coming, but Barry has to have a
Sorry.
point in which they can join in naturally, and we keep being dumbasses and going away from what he thinks could work.
Yeah.
So, but I believe we already selected one winner, and we will select more. The details for entering can be found on our Facebook page, and the rules will play afterwards. I won't say them here and waste everyone's time. If you like the content, maybe follow or possibly subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Yeah, smash that follow button.
Destroy the subscribe.
If not, we at least still appreciate you guys tuning in, so thank you for that. And the next episode, assuming we are going on schedule, will be the week after next week on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, as usual, unless some real life thing gets in the way. But otherwise, yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe. We'll see you for next time.
Bye.
Rude.